Hi everybody, I'm Bobby of Knitter's Niche. Welcome to my knitting channel. Welcome to my Knitter's Niche. As you can see, I'm not in my usual spot today, and there's a reason for that. I just wanted to tell you thank you all so much. I am celebrating in the month of July. I am celebrating my third podiversary on YouTube. Instead of anniversary, I'm saying podiversary. I didn't think that up. I heard it somewhere. So we're celebrating my channel, all of us along with you. And I wanted to thank all of you for supporting me by subscribing, watching, and commenting. We've had so much fun. We've had a lot of love and laughter. And I know we'll continue to have that in the next 3 years for sure. Well, you know, I got a surprise last month. I had a message, an Instagram, from a company called FlexiSpot. And FlexiSpot asked if I would be interested in reviewing one of their chairs. And it is called the Lotus. The Lotus chair is a rocker. It is swivels and it also reclines. So as you can see, look what I'm sitting in here. Isn't it beautiful? So we're going to take a look at not one, but two of FlexiSpot's chairs. And you know, in order for me to continue to do my YouTube channel and have it being free, it is so nice to get to have a collaboration with a company, a well-known company. So thank you very much, FlexiSpot. So this episode is brought to you by FlexiSpot. This is FlexiSpot's Lotus Swivel Rocker Recliner. The first thing I noticed about this chair is this nice spacious seating with the low, wide armrests on the side. It makes it perfect for sitting however you want to in this chair. You know, it's kind of a fun chair. I haven't sat like this since I was a kid. As you can see, it rocks. It has such a nice glide to the rocking. The mechanisms in the chair also allow you to swivel 360 degrees all the way around. And I chose the manual version of this chair. There is also an electric version. And on the side here, there's a lever, and I'm going to pull up on that. And you have seamless leg rest, and you can recline all the way back to a position that you can take a nice, easily take a nap in this chair. I was surprised at how far back it reclined. And another great design in this chair is something that you really cannot see. It's not obvious. Well, along this side, on the left side, there is a hidden compartment here. It is a hidden storage compartment. And inside, you can put all of your electronic devices. Now, I do have a full-size iPad. It does not fit. It's a little too tall. It'll fit, but it will not close. So I would recommend to fit in this compartment, I would say any smaller tablet, remotes would be good. A phone would be good in here. If you do the crossword puzzle, you could put that in there. Well, what I have in here is my yarn. And my yarn, I'm a knitter, I store in here, so I have everything handy. This has been my knitting chair. I have had this chair for a month now. So I've been living in it and using it so I could talk to you about this chair. So I could talk to all of you on my channel about this chair. And I have something special for you. FlexiSpot has something special for you for this Lotus chair. We have a code just for my viewers. It is Lotus30. And what you get with this code is $30 off. And you also get free shipping. Now, it comes in 2 big boxes, and they are heavy. So I'd recommend 2 people to put it together. So the free shipping, that is fantastic. You don't see free shipping too often. And also, I'll put a link down in the description below, and it's going to have a link to the website and also to the product page. Just click on that and it'll take you right to the Lotus chair. This is the FlexiSpot XL6. It's a power lift chair. It is recliner. It has massage. It has heat. It also will actually go back to a flat 180 degrees flat surface, which makes it great even if you need to sleep on it. Maybe you're having some issues with sleeping. It will help you. This nice chenille soft fabric is easy to clean. And you know, this chair, it does have some cushion to it. It's firm though. It is firm yet soft. The chenille fabric is soft on your skin. So that's some of the things that I found about this chair that I really stand out, and I like that. I like the softness of this chair. I like the ability to use several different angles in this chair. You know, it has dual motors, so you can move, which is really cool. You can move the backrest and the leg rest independently. And what happens when you do that? You choose what position and what angle is best for you, and that can change on any given day. So it will be personal for everybody. You know, if you know somebody that has mobility issues or that lives with you that has mobility issues, this would be a perfect fit for them too. And also an elderly person that might live in your home, or you might be living with them and helping care for them, this would be a great fit for them. Because really, if you were looking, is what I was been thinking the other day, if I was looking to buy a recliner, I would think, okay, the age I am, I could possibly need a chair with several of these functions that would help me physically. Why not buy the FlexiSpot XL6? Well, here's what I came up with when I realized it one day. I would, because I do not know of any other recliner that does all of these functions, that has the dual motors, which you'd have to do the power lift, the flat recline, to do all these different functions, all these different angles. You can also charge your laptop, your electronic device on in this chair. This chair will charge it for you while you're recharging your body. I thought one day, my goodness, I can recharge myself with a massage, with the heat, with the, you know, there's so many things that this chair will do for you. Why not purchase one? Because other chairs can't do it. And we have a code from FlexiSpot. You will be receiving $50 off the purchase of one chair. If you decide to purchase 2 chairs, you will also get another $50 off the second chair with this code. And the code is just for my viewers. The code number is YTBXL60. I'll put the information down below in the description, and you will be able to purchase your chair for $50 less. And also, there is a couple things too that I found. The boxes are big when you get them. You get them delivered to your home. Mine came FedEx. You get them delivered here. There's two boxes for this chair, and there was 2 for the Lotus also. They are heavy, so I recommend 2 people to put it together. It's not hard to put together. The majority of it slides in. For instance, this section here is one part. This is another, and then the backrest is another. So there's 4 parts to this chair. There is 4 screws and an Allen wrench, and they tell you where that needs to go. All it does, it comes to the front. At the bottom, it gives more stability to the chair. This chair is it's firm, yet it's soft. It's a stable chair. It will last you a long, long time. The fabric is easy to clean. I have found all of this out in the 30 days that I've been using this, and I would highly recommend it. So, and you know what? This also gives you a plan. You have a plan that you've got a chair that's going to help you if you need it. So thank you so much, FlexiSpot, for reaching out to me to see if I would review your chairs. Thank you. Let's talk about what I'm wearing. Here it is. This is the Zuri tee. This is the test knit that I have been working on. I want to say for the past couple of episodes I've talked about it. And this is by Toksknits, the Zuri tee. She also has the Zuri sweater. So this is the tee, the short sleeve version of it in a different weight. We held these 2 yarns together, and we got this beautiful, give it a little bit of a marled effect, because if you look, they're not exactly the same color. And one is a wool and flax blend, and the other is 50% linen, 30% cotton, and 20% lyocell, lyocell, yes. So we held those 2 together, and let's take a look. It's so pretty. The yarn, the two yarns held together. Look at this. Isn't that great? I know I'm standing close. So I will actually put pictures of me wearing it so you can see me moving around in it a little bit better. But you start out with, in the pattern, she has a twisted rib. I went ahead and did just your normal 1 by 1, knit 1, purl 1 ribbing. I did do the tubular cast on, and then it goes into this cable with the increases on each side. And if you notice, the cables are coming in. So on one side, it's right. I'm thinking the left side, it's a right leaning cable, and the other one is a left leaning cable. And isn't it beautiful? And you also have them on the sleeves. And then again, it calls for twisted rib, but I did your regular rib with a tubular bind off. And then here's, it fits me perfect. And the size I had done, oh gosh, let's take a look here and see. And the exciting thing is she has contacted me already to do another test knit for her. And it's going to be done with Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, which I have never used. And so that yarn's coming to me, and it's actually coming from Knitting for Olive because they're donating the yarn. So that's coming from Denmark. So I'm looking forward to getting that yarn and getting that pattern started. And it is going to be a sleeveless, I think I could talk about it. I think so. A sleeveless top. So I'm going to go in my Ravelry real quick here. So real quick too, this has not been released yet as of today, July 1st, 2025. Now, I talked with her this morning. We messaged each other on Instagram because I wanted to make sure that I could wear this in the video, even though it has not been released. And she says, oh, that's fine. That's great. So this test knit is, I think it's pretty close to being completed. I started this June 6th. I completed it of this year, and I completed it June 22nd, 2025. So it didn't take very long to knit. It's on a US 5 needle for your cast on and for your ribbing. And then the US 7 is knit. The rest of it's knit with a 7. And the feel of this yarn, and I believe that the body of this, the structure of this sweater is, what do I want to say? It has structure to it. I mean, it kind of feels like a cotton, but not, it has more substance. That's what I should say. This really gives the sweater substance. Again, this was 50% linen, 30% cotton, and 20% lyocell. And thank you so much, Isager Yarn, for donating this yarn. And you know what? She hasn't been designing that long, but she's got some great patterns out there. So I'm going to put a link down below for her as one of my, and she is new to me because she contacted me and asked me if I would do her test knit for her. The test knit call, I don't know if a test knit call went out or if she just searched herself and found knitters on her own. Test knitters on her own, which I think that's what she does. She seeks them out. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing. And this, the pants I have them on pants, and I have worn these in a few, and these are, the pants that I am wearing are Barefoot Dreams, and they're beautiful. They're a wide leg pant, really cute. You know, I've been looking for some linen pants, and I can't find anything that don't look almost clown-like, you know. They're just kind of big and billowy, and yeah. So I haven't found any. I do have some linen shorts, which linen shorts would be great with this too. And with having this linen in this, it's lightweight, but yet it has substance to it. It's kind of hard to explain. But boy, does this feel great on my body. No itching, no anything, because it says wool, so I'm not sure what type of wool is in this, but it is a hand wash, cool, lay flat to dry. Absolutely. Yeah. And this is also hand wash, cool, lay flat to dry. Of course you would, because it's a combination. So behind me here, this is what I've been working on. You know, I had that great story. Well, it didn't start out as a great story. So this is how far I've gotten. And here it is. Now, what I needed to have done for the test knit. So I actually got the test knit requirements completed. And that was, of course, to cast on. And then you're going to keep knitting here. And then when you split for sleeves, she wanted you to go ahead and complete one sleeve, which I did. And then, so I could try it on and see how everything fit. So everything fit just perfectly. So now I'm down to here, and I only have, I put a little yellow marker there because I just need to do 2 inches more. So from here I'll measure, I'll keep going, and I'll do 2 inches more. And then it has the same knit one, purl one for down here. Yeah. So I'm going to be done, and then I'll finish that sleeve. Look at that, beautiful. Look at that. And just to remind you real quick here of the yarn that I used, and those of you who haven't watched before, I'll tell you a little bit about the yarn. It's the Knitting for Olive soft blue. And thank you so much. I did get a hold of 3 balls of that, so that worked out perfect. And this is the Marzipan, which is Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair. So that's what's that done. Okay. So that's what I've been working on. Now, I also wanted to tell all of you that I have this wonderful viewer sent me a gift card. She emailed it to me. She actually messaged me on Instagram and asked if she could have my email address, which I do have one that I use for my YouTube channel. And if you ever need to get in contact with me, it's at Bobby Knits It, BOBBIKNITSIT at gmail.com. And she messaged me and she said, I would like, there's something I would like to send you. So I sent it to her, and then she messaged me and said that she is sending me a gift card from Wool and Company in Chicago, Elgin, Illinois, which is by Chicago. And I was like, oh my gosh, how sweet is that? So her name's Eileen, and Eileen, thank you so much. I have placed my order for that, and I've used my card, and I have some Sandnes Garn Sunday yarn, which is a fingering yarn, in the color Putty. And I'd also already had some on hand. I had the Mohair, and I'm trying to think of what they call their Mohair. So it's Sandnes Garn Mohair. It's the thin Mohair, tin silk mohair, I think it's called. Anyway, in the same color Putty. So I had the Putty already in the mohair. So I ordered the Sandnes Garn Sunday fingering. I'm going to knit a Petite Knit pattern. And I'm really excited about this. I've decided to knit the Storm Sweater by Petite Knit. And it is a DK weight. Now she suggests, and she did use the Sandnes Peer Gynt. And the Sandnes Peer Gynt is a DK weight yarn, but I'm going to be using the Sunday held together with their Sandnes Garn Mohair, and it is going to be beautiful. I went to some of the projects and I saw that there's a few of them that use the Sandnes Garn Sunday and then the Mohair, and it looks beautiful, just beautiful. It softens it up a little bit, and I really enjoy knitting with Mohair. You know, I know y'all thinking, Bobby, for heaven's sakes, you live in Alabama and you're using, yes, I'm using Mohair because remember, I'm going to go for a little trip in December. So I want those to wear. And I'm really thinking about what I'm going to wear there. And that's what it's influenced what I'm knitting. I'm back. I wanted to add some more to this video. And the reason is because I wanted to give you a little more information on why I chose the Petite Knit Storm Sweater. I happened to be looking on Instagram, and on Instagram, Lene Holmes Samso, which she calls her business Leknit, Leknit, and we all know all the fantastic patterns that she has designed. It looks like back in October of 2024, she had designed a pattern called the Porcelain Damask Sweater. Now, the porcelain damask sweater is basically the same visual design throughout the garment as the porcelain sweater that she designed. Now, the porcelain sweater is Colorwork. The porcelain damask sweater is knit with knit and purl stitches, and I don't know if there's any other type of stitches in there. It was knit with using knit and purl stitches in different patterns and different counts, and she intertwines some of the stitches, and it turns into the same thing, the same look as the porcelain sweater that is knit with two different colored yarn. Now, colorwork person, I've done a couple colorwork sweaters. It's okay. I like textured sweaters better. I like to knit them better. I think it goes quicker. And if I knit more colorwork sweaters, I would get better at it. So, but this just got me thinking. And you know, once I get thinking, okay, what happens? I build a bundle. Okay, Bobby's bundles. Here we go. We have 7 in this bundle, and it is all on this whole idea of creating a sweater using different stitches that build designs within your garment. I don't know the right way to say this, but I think you get the gist of it. So I'm going to go into my bundles here, and we're going to talk about the 8 projects. There's 7. Hang on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sweaters. There's a short sleeve tee. There's a shawl, and there's 2 slipovers. I do remember Petite Knit having a pattern that is a similar concept, and that was the storm sweater. Okay, so as we move along, I'm, also on Instagram again, and then lo and behold, I see Rebecca Clow has a new pattern out, a new design, and by my goodness, if it is not the same concept as the porcelain sweater, the damask sweater, and the storm sweater, the Petite Knit one. Because I knew Petite Knit had something similar to that, the similar concept where her design is in rows and they're different textured patterns. Those textured stitches form a pattern, an interwoven pattern in some instances, which you can see here. Now, you'll see there's diamond shapes in here. I've listened to and watched a few different podcasts about the storm sweater. And basically those stitches are kind of similar to what's in the Ingrid slipover and the Ingrid sweater that she has also designed. But there is a twist stitch in there that you have to do. But this one is just done with purl stitches. And that's nice. That is really nice. It's more simple, but yet it has that same beautiful interwoven, intertwined look. All right, so that's the storm sweater. We did talk about that a little bit last episode. So I'm going to click on the Stafen Light, and we're going to talk about Miss Rebecca Clow. I really enjoy her. She has a podcast also. I'll put a link down below. I would recommend y'all taking a look at that. Because she is constantly knitting, constantly designing, and she is a designer that gives you a big bang for your buck in all of her patterns. So let's take a look at the Stafen Light. She used knitting for olive cotton merino, and she held 2 strands together, which would give her a DK weight yarn. A US 6 needle is being used in a US 3. So I'm going to read something about this real quick. This says the Stafen Light is a lighter gauge version of her Stafen pattern. The Stafen I believe, is a worsted weight pattern. The pattern includes, here you go. I mean, come on. A sweater, which has short or long sleeves. So that sweater has 2 options. A vest, and the pattern comes in 2 gauges, DK weight and fingering weight. So if you also look down here, there's sweater, vest, and DK weight and fingering, long sleeve. I mean, it's amazing what she puts into these patterns, just amazing. So this is definitely, I mean, the vest could actually almost be a tank. It actually, or you could call it a top, summer top. And there's no reason why you couldn't use a DK weight cotton linen yarn to knit that with. Take a look and see what cotton yarn you have. And that might be something that you can knit this summer. I would definitely knit. This is very wearable for the summer, depending on what cotton. And she's using cotton merino, so heck, use that. Use the cotton merino, sure. That sounds nice. Or Sandnes Garn Tin Lena, which would be the thinner, the fingering weight held together would work perfect for this too, for the Stafen Light. Oh my gosh, she puts so much into everything she does. Okay, here I want to talk about, let's talk real quick. I'll show you the Stafen, and that is the worsted weight. She came out with this in January of 2025. Hang on, let me back up. The Stafen Light was June 2025. So it was just a few days ago. All right, the Stafen, the worsted one. That, okay, here, she's doing it again. It's a sweater. And here it says, the Stafen pattern includes individual patterns for a sweater, a vest, and a cardigan. And the cardigan comes with a V-neck or a round neck option. I mean, here again, let's see how this one's $10.03 American dollars, US dollars. So let's take a look here, and it looks like it's all worsted weight. But wow, what, I mean, you could have this one pattern and you could knit, and this one's worsted, but you could knit your whole winter right there, your winter garments right there, your fall and winter. Because it's a sweater, a vest, and a cardigan, and then the cardigan comes with a V-neck or a round neck. Very nice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Would that be 4? I think. Well, more options too. You can do long sleeve. Oh, hang on. It looks like the vest also can be round or V-neck, and I wonder if the sweater too. Wow. Wow, she's great. Okay, and there's one more in this collection. It's called the Stafen Shawl, and I like this a lot. Let me back up here. It's also by Rebecca Clow. And the nice thing about this, okay, this is lace and DK and equals worsted. And she has 3 sizes in this. 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. The smallest being 30 inches by 14.5 inches, which is 77 centimeters and 37 centimeters. Wow. You know, I've got some leftover knitting for olive merino. That would be beautiful. I really like how the columns of different stitches, which form different patterns in each column across, how it stands out in this shawl. I like that. And you know, I'm not a real shawl person, but I would wear that. I would knit the small in that. I definitely would. Okay. And not only the storm sweater did I check out, but I looked at in Petite Knit, I looked at the Esther sweater. And the Esther sweater was designed and released in March of 2024. She used Sandnes Garn Pure Gint and Sandnes Garn Tin Silk Mohair because you want to use a DK and a lace to equal Aran weight for this pattern. Now she has the repeating pattern in columns, but it's going up and down. She shows that it is long sleeved. It's a drop shoulder, mock turtleneck, or a crew neck. So you can do either one. Really nice. And another Petite Knit is the Ingrid sweater. And the Ingrid sweater, if y'all remember, when I was in Florida this past winter, I started the Ingrid Slipover. And it had nothing against the pattern at all. It's just that I really didn't like that yarn. It was like a deep charcoal, and I just wasn't feeling that happy knitting feeling what I usually do when I'm knitting. So it's actually still on the needles. I haven't ripped it back, but I think this would be a much prettier sweater to show better detail, although she has a darker one on the vest. Okay, here is another Knit pattern, Lene Home Samso. It was released November of 2023. It's called the Peggy Sweater. And the Peggy Sweater is knit with Sandisgarn 10 Silk Mohair and Sandisgarn Sunday. Using US 6 4.0 millimeter needles and US 2.5, which are 3.0 millimeters. Let's see what it says. Knit and purl stitches are combined in the prettiest way in the Peggy Sweater, which has dropped sleeves, which has dropped shoulders in a boxy fit. The textured patterns are easy and simple to remember. They are pretty. She's got fairly wide, and they're going across horizontal. Very nice. I'll put a picture up for you all to see. And I know right now, some of these, if you're thinking you need hot weather, something to wear in the warmer weather, the hotter weather, this is not a choice for you. But we're not the only ones here in the United States. I've got people that watch from all over, and actually a viewer from Brazil said it is terribly, terribly cold there the other day. So I've been really thinking about her because she's been very cold. So everybody has different weather, different parts of the world. All right, the Ingrid Slipover, I talked about that briefly just a few minutes ago, that I had started. And I don't know, I could put some pictures. I might have some pictures. Let me see of how much I had knit, and I'll put it up for you to look at. But it was just that it was so dark. I just really wasn't feeling that feeling as I was knitting it. So I might pick it up later or rip it out and do a lighter color. Is a DK plus lace, which equals worsted. And if you look here, the shoulders are sloping and they are shaped using short rows. So you get that look. And the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't know that I like that, but I do like that. With that mohair, it just softens it up a little bit. Very pretty. Oh, here's another one that I like, another Petite Knit. It's the Sil Slipover. And this would really be cute for summer, spring and summer. I would say, okay. And it's saying to use a worsted weight yarn. She uses Sandisgarn Pure Gint. And now that's a wool, but why not use Sandisgarn Lena? That's a worsted weight. That I don't think I have enough for that. Oh my gosh, that would be perfect. You could wear it as just a top. You could maybe call it a tank. It's sleeveless. Yeah, you could call it a tank. I'll put some pictures here for you to take a look at. And there's 920 projects in Ravelry for the Sil Slipover. So that's all. That's all in my little bundle here. But I can't help myself. One thing just leads me to think about another and another and another. And there is just something connecting all of them. And it is that look of the column, the damask look. And also using in the porcelain damask sweater, I think using that color work and turning it into just using stitches only to get the same pattern within the garment, the look, the texture is brilliant. It's just brilliant. So I think I need to make a decision whether it's going to be the porcelain damask sweater or it's going to be the Petite Knit storm sweater. I need to make a decision. But I'm going to use the mohair because I really want a soft, beautiful, fluffy look. So that's what I've decided for sure. Okay. Hey, listen, I want to tell y'all thank you so much. I'm jumping back in here and giving you a little more information, but I didn't want my video to go on with what I was really thinking about. And that's what my channel is about, is what I've been thinking about, what I see happening in the knitting, the designing part of knitting. I'm no designer, but I do notice, I do see things. I see a correlation between different designers and what seems to bring out their creativity. And right now it seems to be the textured stitches, and using those textured stitches to create a beautiful picture within your garment that you're knitting. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Remember, go out there and knit the day. And thank you again. I'm going to let you go. Bye-bye.